The high season is upon us, the winter tourist season that is. Soon visitors from all over, some trying to escape the dreaded cold, will be off on holidays. And guess what? We have the experience and the capability to host them right to yard. Yeah man, 18 degrees north and 77 degrees west is where the tropical sun shines, and the weather is beautiful all year round. So happy you could join us here on Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry. Coming up, we explore how the government is ensuring that our tourism product remains viable. Stay with us.
Let's get a little breeze on this land. All right. Now let's get some bounce in the rhythm. All right. Let's get some fire on our hearts. Now that is what we call all right. Run, come, get some Jamaica.
It is the fastest growing industry, yet it is also the most vulnerable sector. One scare and people will stop traveling, an immediate standstill on planes taking off, and cruise ships remaining at port. To prevent a fallout in destination Jamaica, work is being embarked on to build a resilient tourism industry.
How do we build resilience, and how do we ensure that our destinations can respond to these global shocks and respond well to mitigate its impact, one, and two, to recover and recover fast from it, but to recover and build better. And I think therein lies the whole notion of resilience.
The ministry cannot prevent shocks from occurring, but systems and measures can be implemented to recover quickly from these difficulties. The stakeholders involved in building a resilient destination are working to do just that.
The resilience that we talk about has to begin with our human factor.
Human resource is Destination Jamaica's biggest asset. The workers of the industry represent the most iconic of all the attractions. Infusing those workers with the know-how to cater to the needs of their clientele is at the heart of initiatives such as the Jamaica Center of Tourism Innovation. The center has already graduated 150 first-world talents to fill top positions in the industry. The internationally certified Hospitality and Tourism Management program is priming 650 students of 32 high schools to join those ranks in the future. Current tourism workers are also undergoing foreign language training to broaden the communication proficiency of sector employees.
The second, of course, is how to build. Whole business of building better and using better technology to build more climate resistant structures, and also to look at the issues of seismic involvement and how do we build against the seismic challenges that the Caribbean has.
The Port Royal earthquake experience, or even more recent, Hurricane Sandy of 2012 and others, have destroyed tourism havens and hideaways. Now, a collaborative effort is underway between architects and government ministries to develop sound human-made spaces that cater to the desires of visitors.
We don't have the responsibility for the actual build-out. What we have the duty to do is to bring to the attention of our technical partners the need for us to build in a certain way. And that's what we've been trying to do by way of the discussions that we have with investors who are coming in, as well as with our local town planners and the people who are involved in making approvals for business structures and for planning and so on. The other area of resilience is in terms now of our marketing. How do we build capacity to market against the new demographics that are emerging and the new psychographic profiles that are also out there?
In a data-driven era, the social space of the World Wide Web dictates what's hot, including must-go vacation spots. Marketing resilience is using data to make decisions on where to garner visitors and online shoppers. Like any good or item, Destination Jamaica is marketed through the click of a button. Technology is utilized to have greater access to far-flung markets where cultures, language, expectation, and experimental needs are different from Jamaica's.
And the final area that I believe we have to build resilience on is in terms of policy and governance. And this is a very important area because, the world today is asking for a kind of governance that we've never seen before, born out of this new transparency that the technology is demanding.
With the world demanding a different kind of leadership, policies must be implemented to meet those requests. Tourism is more than sun, sand, and sea. It employs a large chunk of the workforce, thus providing foreign exchange earnings. For these reasons and more, it must be resilient.
Do you have a loved one, friend, or client who passed away since 1998? The Electoral Office of Jamaica needs your help to update the voters list with information for these persons, government agencies, churches, insurance companies, hospitals, and funeral homes, and you, the public. We want you to provide us with the records to confirm the status of these persons. Call the EOJ at 888-991-VOTE or visit the nearest EOJ office. For more information, visit our website at ecj.com.jm.
The craft market is a staple in the experience of Destination Jamaica. Visitors love the uniqueness of the creations, and it's also a way for locals to earn. Coming up next, the Tourism Ministry's plan to improve craft markets across the island.
The Old Fort Craft Market.
We have $25 million that is earmarked for the improvement of the park experience.
The Harbour Street Craft Market.
We're giving you the marketing support to enable you to have visibility out there.
Just two of several craft markets across the country which are being repositioned to meet first world standards and, by extension, the visitor's expectation. Fresh designs, marketing strategies, and offerings. The basis on which the newly repurposed craft markets are being implemented. The Tourism Ministry is on a drive to ensure craft markets are designed in such a way that they are accommodating and easy to navigate. Visiting these locations will then be an experience with vending being only one aspect. They will present cultural entertainment for consumption. This may consist of a gallery, a restaurant, and a performing arts show, all interwoven with the core offering of the sale of craft products.
It's a confluence of Jamaicanism that flows through that experience that the visitor knows is really authentic and also opinionated. That's the kind of presentation that we have to make.
The Old Craft Market is being upgraded at a cost of approximately $33 million. The work being carried out by the Tourism Product Development Company includes the restoration of the Heritage Park that holds cannons and storyboards.
This is unique. This is different from the rest of craft markets or craft experiences across Jamaica, because this is one of the few that has the potential for this complete experience. Heritage and history, food and entertainment.
To augment the refurbishing of current craft markets is the introduction of artisan villages. St. Anne, St. James, Trelawney, Portland, and Westmoreland are to each have an artisan village, totaling 5 across the country. Live craft making with the option of the tourist selecting a design and the product is done before their vacation ends is one of the features to shape artisan villages.
So the visitor, when he comes into the artisan village, he can begin with the artisan sitting there crafting away. Then he moves on from there and he goes to where it is displayed for sale. Unique products made in Jamaica.
With regards to marketing, the tourism slogan is being flipped. It is quickly becoming no more "once you go you know," but you know before you go. The proliferation of the internet is changing how visitors shop. Studies have shown visitors will make their purchases before arriving at a destination, paying for not only their rooms but also souvenir items. To this end, craft vendors' products will be marketed online.
We're gonna have to start market through Clio so that all our markets will be on their schedule. And that will help to position you on board the ship before they come so that people will know where they are going. And when they come off of the port, they're not just taken anywhere, they know where they are going.
Authentic Jamaican-made products. That's what the visitors desire when they shop. As such, the Tourism Ministry is seeking to reduce the volume of imported craft items.
When the visitor comes and he gets authentic Jamaican thing, that validates his visit. That tells the world that I came to Jamaica.
There is also the move to ensure diversity in the product base. To address this issue, the Craft Development Institute will be established at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. It will not only expand the fine arts industry, but also provide artisans with opportunities to participate in product enhancement and business development training programs.
What we're about is not change to disrupt. You understand me? It is about bringing everybody in to this new moment that we have where we have to look better, feel better, and demonstrate a higher level of marketing.
Through the creation of artisan villages, the redesigning of craft markets, online marketing and craft production training, Jamaica's craft industry will rake in more foreign exchange earnings.
Be careful of what you post on social media. It is the season for giving, but think before you share a picture of that valuable gift online. If you do decide to share, do not tag your location in the post.
There are so many experiences to have. Don't live them through a screen or through double taps on Instagram pictures. Go on out a door, as it is expressed in our colorful tongue. Go outside. That's where the adventure is. Feel it, live it, drop foot and bounce to the rhythm. However you choose to do it, go on out a door and be the picture of Destination Jamaica.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has promised to act on the Auditor General's recommendations for improving operations at Petrojam and its parent company, the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica, some of which he says has already been addressed.
There's still more issues that she has raised, which I will obviously have to address. For example, what has caught my eye of great interest is the issue with the pricing. That is something that we will have to take a very serious look at. Issues to do with the infrugality of the use of public resources, that has to also be addressed. I believe that you could say that this is a watershed moment for transparency and accountability in Jamaica.
Cabinet has approved the interim guidelines for beverages in schools as part of measures to improve the dietary intake of children and reduce the burden of non-communicable diseases. The guidelines take effect starting in January 2019.
The approval of these guidelines is an important milestone in what has, of necessity, to be a comprehensive, multi-stakeholder approach to beating NCDs.
The Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority and JAMPRO have partnered to attract more investments to the country. The entities signed a memorandum of understanding that sets out the framework within which they will collaborate.
What the regime does, it creates a some special incentives in specially designated geographic areas that are globally competitive for investors.
Meanwhile, negotiations are ongoing with 40 companies to become licensed with the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority. J. Caesar's chairman, Metri Siaga, says they will operate as standalone special economic zones or as developers within the zones.
We feel that we are moving in the right direction. We feel that this is a good sign. We feel that it is testament that the architects of this new piece of legislation did the right thing because it is creating the investment that we need in the country.
A $13 million project to restore the hydrological and other physical functions of the Negril Great Morass in Westmoreland has been launched. The Integrated Water, Land and Ecosystems project is being funded by the Global Environment Facility through the United Nations Environment Program with support from the government.
The biodiversity of the Negril Environmental Protection Area is threatened by human-induced drainage of its wetlands, coastal development, unsustainable agricultural practices, and the proliferation of informal settlements.
Government is pursuing a plan to remove between 1.2 and 1.5 million used tires from the Riverton landfill in St. Andrew as part of measures to improve air quality in the area.
The reason why they are illicitly burning the tires on the dump and around the dump is to take the wire out of it for the scrap metal industry. This shredder will take the wire out automatically. So we will work with the communities down there to see how we can distribute the wires rather than them having to burn and cause the air quality problems that we have been having. So it's actually a win-win for everybody.
The Japanese government has provided a $10 million grant to purchase a digital mobile C-arm for Mapen Hospital's orthopedic and surgery department.
40% of the patients on both emergency, urgent, and elective waiting lists at the Montego Regional Hospital are referred from the Mapen Hospital, and approximately 10% of those patients on the elective and emergency urgent list of KPH Mapen Hospital patients. As a result, the no C-arm and now with a C-arm, the surgical waiting list will be substantially reduced.
The Education Ministry is assuring parents and other stakeholders that PEP students will be assigned a secondary school using the same placement mechanism that applied for GSAT.
Students will be scored based on their raw score received in the subjects mathematics, language arts, science, and social studies. These raw scores will be transformed into standard scores, and each standard scores, we will use the standard scores to derive a composite scores, and based on the composite scores, the students will be ranked from 1 right up to 45,000, because we have 45,000 students registered to sit the exam.
A new online platform has been created to provide information and a safe space for victims and survivors of gender-based violence to share stories, challenges, and solutions.
The Bureau will utilize the online platform to promote community engagement and ownership, to raise awareness of gender-based violence as violence and a form of discrimination, and to provide a safe and secure space that allows victims and survivors to share their experiences and find support for persons with similar cases.
And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
More at Bay Rebellion. Paul Bogle, Yalas River. You know where I'm going, right? Round the bend and over to St. Thomas to explore some of Jamaica's hidden treasures. Come along.
one of the oldest parishes in the island that might have been originally named after Thomas Hickman Lord Windsor, the then governor of Jamaica in 1662. Seated in a right angle, bordered by the spellbinding St. Andrew on the west, the picturesque Portland on the north, and then gently washed by the waves of the Caribbean Sea.
Bienvenido a St. Thomas.
Welcome to St. Thomas. Full place. St. Thomas. We're there.
St. Thomas Adena. Welcome to St. Thomas.
However you put it, we're there, St. Thomas. Join us on this travelogue. We'll be moving throughout the creases and corners of this beauty, turning the pages of our local history book, in which you will see the old Burden Wharf, Judgment Cliff, Roselle Waterfall, and other places. The cliff high above the Landaway community in St. Thomas at first glimpse appears to be just like any other overlooking the parish. But take a second look and you'll notice that a section of it is completely gone. Known as Judgment Cliff, it got its name from a story of how an entire community was wiped out during the 1692 earthquake. It's a story that passed through generations in the community and one that residents readily recount to passerbys like myself.
Judgment Cliff, I was informed that they used to have a plantation up there run by a serious, wicked slave master. Imposed draconian measures on the farmers, and one of the reasons why they resided on the cliff, that in case the slave wanted to run away, they would have difficulty in doing so. The place collapsed. I guess during the same time, Port Royal earthquake was taking place. That was 1692.
It was a plantation to people who lived there too. Everybody get covered out. Then say, when it happens at night, they say a man, a rooster, and a bull save. The man gone out, gone wild. The rooster fly off of the roost. The bull broke down the pen, gone out, gone wild, same like the man.
We're still set on traveling this allure, blessed indeed by the events of history. Right now, we're headed to a gem up the road on the corner. Tumbling over the rocks onto the roadside is an area known for its pristine waterfalls and fishes. The Roselle Waterfall is used for bathing and even for washing by residents or those passing by. It was once a busy area for commerce and entertainment prior to Hurricane Dean in 2007. But despite that, residents still enjoy the untouched water and how it seemingly removes all pains and ills. And from that water that falls, our next stop is a spot where the residents fish.
This fishing area named Lethal Beach, right? When the weather good, we go to sea and fish. When it's bad, we have to stay on the land. Well, we're doing this about some 50 years now, and we do it for a living. So I maintain the family. We have to prepare the net. We buy the net ready made, and we put on the fittings towards it. We put on the lead and the cork and so on. Like what you see it here, you know, we put it in the boat and go out and fish. We catch all type of fish. We catch snapper, we catch parrot, drum, barracuda, doctor fish, all type of different fishes. Sometimes tourists pass and them take pictures and all them kind of things. And them like when they're knitting in it, sometimes they spend all the day with it. This is my daily living, and that's something that I enjoy all my life. I don't know whether it's work but fishing now.
Back in the days, over Bournemouth, they usually do a lot of
export a lot of things over there. We even use our small canoe and go over there to fishing through the day. It's just across from the other side of the fishing village.
St. Thomas is a major growing area for food such as banana, coffee, coconut, sugarcane, and even for fishing. It houses one of the island's natural deep water harbors that was once used as a port for exporting these same food items. No, we couldn't come to St. Thomas and not mention anything about our national hero Paul Bogle or the popular Morant Bay Rebellion.
Yeah, the Morant Bay Rebellion took place at the Morant Bay Courthouse with Paul Bogle and his followers marching from Stonygut to Morant Bay.
Poverty and inequality in the society forced Paul Bogle to lead the protest march to this courthouse on October 11, 1865. In a violent confrontation with official forces, nearly 500 people were killed and more were flogged and punished before order was finally restored. On October 24, 1865, Paul Bogle was arrested and executed at this very same spot of land, the Morant Bay Courthouse. And just like that, we've ended our tour in this natural and material beauty, unfolding the stories behind just a few places. If you haven't been here already, then what are you waiting for?
I love waking up every day in this country. This is where I was born and raised. I have such a passion for my country, and for me this is home. In Jamaica, a lot of people, they look at just like beach, sea, sand, but our mountains are something to behold. It's majestic up there, and it's a different type of peace. It's a different type of lifestyle completely. I could mention many different places that are amazing, but the one thing I do love about Jamaica as well is that you can find that relaxation, you can find that chill in your backyard. Apart from it being an incredibly beautiful country, an incredibly beautiful island, we have a wonderful, wonderful culture, wonderful, vibrant, colorful people. There is definitely a realness to Jamaica. There's definitely something that no matter what keeps you in touch with reality here. Why come to Jamaica? It all comes back down to Jamaica as a whole. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the climate. Come out and meet us, come out and experience what Jamaica has to offer.
If we tried to show you all that Jamaica has to offer, we would be sure to run out of time. In fact, that is exactly what has happened as we have come to the end of another program. Thanks as always for watching, and remember to visit our website jis.gov.jm to get the latest happenings. Also, like and follow us on all our social media platforms. On behalf of the team here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. You take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.